I just got something in the mail that I am excited to share with you, and it is this NIMO N154 15.6 inch laptop computer. It was sent to me by the company so I could spend some time evaluating it and do an honest review. Let's begin by showing some video of when I opened the box so you can see everything that was included with this laptop. Here's the box for the laptop. Let's open it up and see what's inside. And as I show you the inside of packaging, you can see there's all sorts of cushioning to really protect it while it's being transported. So let's pull everything out. So in the box, we get all of the following items. We get the laptop itself. We get a user manual with a QR code that I believe will allow you to download the user manual if you would like. We get a note from the company. We get a power brick and a USB-C cable. The USB-C cable plugs into the power brick. And when I measured them, they measured to a length of approximately 80 inches. So that's just a few inches short of 7 feet in length. And that means that you're going to have a lot of flexibility in terms of where you want to be able to use and plug in this laptop. Now let's take a closer look at the laptop. As we open it up, we can see there's a protector in here from when it was at the factory and sent out to us. We can see that it has the 10 key on there. It's kind of compressed, but it's kind of nice to have on a 15.6 inch laptop. Not all laptops of this size will have a 10 key, so I really appreciate that. We can also see all of the different inputs on the side. We have some more over here. For the next several days, I will be using this laptop and exploring its various features. During that time, I will be gaining valuable real-world experience to share with you. So at the end, I can tell you who this laptop is ideal for and give you my final recommendation. Now, after using this laptop for several days, here are my observations and impressions. As far as storage goes, it comes with a 256 gigabyte unsoldered SSD. But as you probably know, the operating system and installed apps reduce the available storage space. So after running the most recent updates, I checked the available storage on this laptop and found it to be 166 gigabytes. While this is more than enough for everyday computing tasks, if you work with a lot of large files such as video or photos and want to save them on your computer instead of using a cloud storage option, 166 gigabytes is probably going to feel limiting for you. That said, NIMO offers lots of configurations for its laptops, so you can easily upgrade the size of the SSD and find an option that offers more storage if needed. Related to storage, I will also point out that this laptop didn't come preloaded with a bunch of bloatware. Not having all those unnecessary programs installed on the laptop not only helps maximize the available storage space, but it also helps keep the laptop from being bogged down by all that unnecessary software. As far as memory goes, this laptop comes with 8 gigabytes of unsoldered DDR4 RAM. Being unsoldered is super helpful as it means that it's more easily upgradable if you decide that you need to add RAM in the future. Now, I will admit that before trying this laptop out, I was concerned that 8 gigabytes of RAM wouldn't feel like enough to run Windows 11 smoothly. But I was wrong. The 8 gigabytes of RAM held up just fine doing things like checking email, streaming videos, or working on things like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. I even did some light photo and video editing. And I should also say or admit that I have a tendency to have way too many tabs open on my web browser at any given time. And despite that, this laptop did a good job of keeping up with me. Next, let's talk about the CPU and boot time. In my personal test, it took approximately 12.1 seconds before we got to the login screen. Once we got to the login screen, it took approximately 1.6 seconds to log in and have the laptop be ready for use when using the fingerprint reader, which I found to be amazing. Not only is the N154 able to get up and running quickly, but with its 6-core Intel i3 1215U processor, the laptop was able to keep up with my multitasking without feeling bogged down. In addition, even when I was doing more demanding tasks, the laptop didn't feel hot to the touch. Yes, it sometimes got a little warm during the times when I was demanding more from it, but even when it was on my lap when I was wearing shorts, it never warmed up to the point where I needed to get it away from my legs. I will admit that I have never been attracted to computers with a fingerprint reader. I guess I worried that it would just feel like something that was in the way. So this is the first computer I have used with a fingerprint reader. And after using it for a while, I now view it as a real plus. Not only is it not in my way, but it makes logging into the computer so fast. This laptop has a 1920 by 1080 full high definition screen with a matte finish to help reduce reflections and glare. This IPS screen offers excellent color accuracy as well as a wide viewing angle, which I can vouch for. When looking at the screen, you will also notice its thin bezel and its 180-degree lay-flat hinge, which only adds to the N154's versatility. If you are concerned about security, you will be happy to see that it has a manual privacy switch to cover the front of the webcam when it isn't in use. The N154 offers a full-sized keyboard. I really like the texture and feel of the keys when typing, and the numeric keypad is a nice thing to include as well, especially on a 15-inch laptop. That said, if you have used a 10 key in the past for data entry, this one might not be what you are expecting. Here are some typical layouts for numeric keypads on computers I have used in the past. You will see that the one on this keyboard has a couple of differences. The Enter button, which is traditionally on the bottom right, is missing, and the period or decimal key, which is traditionally just to the left of the Enter button, isn't there either. This doesn't mean that I didn't use this numeric keypad, because I did. I'm just used to a different layout. I talked to my son who is in college about it, and he didn't mind using this numeric keypad. So maybe it's just my preferences. I understand that it is difficult to fit a traditional 10-key layout on a 15.6-inch laptop. However, if I were going to do a lot of data entry with this laptop, given my preferences, I would probably invest in a 10-key accessory. There are many affordable options available. Speaking of the keyboard, the N154 also offers a backlit keyboard with a couple of different brightness settings. While this feature isn't essential, if you are someone like me who often uses their laptop in the evening while watching television with the lights low or off altogether, you will really appreciate this feature. The speakers are on the bottom of the computer on the right and left sides. In my testing, I thought the sound quality and the volume of the speakers was good. As far as ports and connections go, this laptop has pretty much all you could ask for. On this side, it has a Kensington lock for security, a headphone jack, a USB 3.0 port, a USB 2.0 port, and a micro SD card slot. If you need the laptop to read the larger standard size SD cards, you can buy a card reader to plug into one of the USB ports. These card readers are very affordable. On the other side, you will see that it has the Type-C input to charge the laptop, another USB 3.0 port, an HDMI port, and a Type-C multifunction port. And in case you were wondering, you don't need to physically connect everything to this laptop. It has Bluetooth connectivity as well. The charger is another bonus for this laptop. Not only is it long, as we've already discussed, but the fact that it is a Type-C charger means that if I want to travel with the laptop, I don't need to bring separate chargers for my smartphone and laptop, making my life simpler. Depending on how you use them, battery life always varies with laptops. So I did my own tests, and here's what I found. First, I wanted to see how quickly I could drain the battery. I used the laptop normally, not in energy saver mode, with about 10 tabs open in my browser at any given time. Like I said before, I'm a big multitasker. During that time, I did a variety of tasks. going to different websites, streaming video, and doing some light photo editing, and even spent quite a while editing video using an online video editing tool. In the end, I was able to work for over 5 hours on one battery charge, which I thought was very good considering how I was using it. Next, I wanted to see how long I could make it on one battery charge. So I put the battery in energy saver mode and turned down the screen brightness and turned off the sleep mode on the laptop, which kept the laptop screen on at all times. And yes, I know that this actually uses more battery power to keep the screen on. I only had 2 or 3 tabs open on my browser at any given time, and I didn't stream any video or edit video with the online video editing tool I used in the first test. What I did do was check my email, work on documents, and didn't spend much time on websites with a lot of streaming media content. With this test, I was able to easily get 8 hours and 10 minutes out of the battery with 31% of the power remaining. So no matter what kind of user you are, I think you should be pleased with the N154's battery performance. Another thing that I think most people will appreciate about this NIMO laptop is the company itself, their customer service, and the warranty they provide. NIMO is an American company that does a large part of its product assembly in the United States. They have a 90-day hassle-free return policy and offer an amazing 2-year manufacturer warranty. They also provide 24/7 online customer service. And I must say that when I have reached out to them during the time that I have been evaluating this laptop, they have been very responsive. So who is this laptop not a good fit for? If you are a gamer, you probably want a laptop with a more powerful CPU, more RAM, and a larger SSD. Likewise, if you are looking for something to run CAD programs or other 3D modeling software, you will probably want something more powerful too. And lastly, if you plan on doing a lot of video editing of large video files and plan on storing a lot of these files on your laptop, you will probably also want an upgrade from this laptop specs. That said, there is good news if you fall into one of these categories I just mentioned. And that is NIMO has a lot of different laptop options to meet your specific needs. In the end, what do I think about this NIMO N154 laptop? Well, I have to say that I like it a lot. This laptop was made for and marketed to people who want to use it for everyday computing and light office tasks. It's great for browsing the internet, streaming media, using various office suites, and even photo editing. Performance-wise, this laptop does what it set out to do. Plus, NIMO has included a long list of great features that you may not expect at such an affordable price point. I'm happy to endorse this product, and I hope this video was helpful. If you would like to buy this product or you would like to learn more, a link is in the description. Thanks for watching.